Hi dear friends. So today we are starting new unit 8, films. Before the video, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Here we go. Getting started. First of all, let's look at the picture. So we see comedy films, horror films, science fiction films, and detective films, cartoons, and documentaries, and action films, and war films. And there is here also a romantic film. So we have a dialogue here. Okay, let's read together. I am bored. Do you have any plans this evening? No. What shall we do? How about seeing a film? Good idea. What shall we see? Let's take a look at the film section of the paper. It says that White Sand is showing at Kim Dong's cinema at 8 o'clock tonight. It's a horror film. That's too frightening for me. Okay. They are also showing Crazy Coconut at Ngop Khain Cinema. What kind of film is it? It's a romantic comedy. What is it about? It's about a female professor and a male film star. They get shipwrecked on a deserted island and have to live together. Although the professor hates the film star at first, she falls in love with him in the end. Who does it star? It stars Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt. And what have critics said about it? Most of them say it's very funny and entertaining. I know. Why don't we decide when we get there? Okay, good idea. Okay, so next slide. So listen and read. So first of all, we have some questions here. Who do you think is in the picture? Zheng and Mai. What are they talking about? They are talking about the movies or films. Have you ever gone to the cinema to see a film with your brothers or sister? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Okay. What film did you see then? How did you feel? Okay, these are our questions. What kind of film do you like seeing? For example, I like cartoons and action films. What about you? Now let's look at the vocabulary. First of all, section. Section is kind of noun, and in Vietnamese, muk, fun, and frightening. Frightening. Frightening is kind of an adjective. So, sơ, guy, sơ, and romantic. Romantic is kind of adjective. So, langman, and get shipwrecked. Get shipwrecked is kind of verb. Be dam tao, and a deserted island. A deserted island. Island. Okay, this one is silent letter. Island. So Huang Dao. And to fall in love with someone is a kind of expression. And Yeu I. And star is kind of verb. And Dong Wa Kin. Okay, star, to fall in love with someone, a deserted island, get shipwrecked, romantic, frightening, and section. And critic. Critic So what does mean critic? It is na fe bin. Okay, so let's check the vocabulary. So do you remember what is it in English? It is section. And do you remember what is it in English? It is frightening. And do you remember what is it? It is romantic. And do you remember what is it? Get shipwrecked. What about this one? A deserted island. What about this one? To fall in love with someone. And do you remember this one? Star. And do you remember this one? Critic. Okay, here we go. Now let's read one more time. The dialogue. I am bored. Do you have any plans this evening? No. What shall we do? How about seeing a film? Good idea. What shall we see? Let's take a look at the film section of the paper. It says that White Sands is showing at Kim Dong Cinema at 8 o'clock tonight. It's a horror film. That's too frightening for me. Okay, they are also showing Crazy Coconut at Ngap Khain Cinema. What kind of film is it? It is a romantic comedy. What is it about? It's about a female professor and a male film star. They get shipwrecked on a deserted island and have to live together. Although the professor hates the film star at first, she falls in love with him in the end. Who does it star? It stars Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt. What have critics said about it? Most of them say it's very funny and entertaining. I know. Why don't we decide when we get there? Okay, good idea. Now read the conversation again and answer the questions. First exercise. Exercise A. Number 1. Question 1. What does Zheng suggest doing tonight? Watching a film. Number 2. Where does Zheng find cinema information? In a newspaper. And number 3. Why doesn't Mai want to see White Sands? Because she doesn't like that type of film. And number 4. How do critics feel about Crazy Coconut? Many of them like it. And number 5. Which film do Mai and Zheng decide to watch? They haven't decided yet. And exercise B. Find the questions in the conversation that ask about Crazy Coconut. Then listen, check, and repeat the questions. Type of film. What kind of film is it? Actors and stars. Who does it star? And the plot, the story. What is it about? It's plot. And review the critics' opinion about the film. What have critics said about it? Now exercise C. Match the types of films with their definitions. Then listen, check, and repeat. Let's read together these kind of film. Science fiction. We can write like that in short. Romantic comedy. Thriller. Comedy. Documentary. Animation. action, action, horror, horror, horror. And these are types of films, and these are their definitions and types of film. Number 1, science fiction. Science fiction. A film that is set in the future, often featuring science. And number B, romantic. A film which combines comedy with a love story. Romantic comedy. Romantic comedy. And thriller. Thriller. A film that tells an exciting story about murder or crime. Comedy. A film that tries to make audiences laugh. And documentary. Documentary, a film that shows real-life events or stories. Animation. Animation, a film that features cartoon characters. And action. Action, a film that usually features lots of stunts and fighting. Horror film. Horror. Horror, a film in which strange and frightening things happen. Are there any other types of film you can add to list? For example, adventure film, adventure film, musical film, musical film, real life film, real life film, war film, war film, historical film, historical film, sports film, sports film, western cowboy film, western cowboy film, and etc. Now exercise 3A. Think of a film. Fill in the blanks below. For example, type of film, actors or stars, the plot, and the reviews. Okay, so model fill. Film Crazy Coconut. This is just sample, okay? It's kind of model. It's sample. You can write this one on your notebook and you can read it in the classroom. The first one, type of film. What kind of film is it? It's a romantic comedy. An actor stars. Who does it star? They are Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt. And the plot or the story. What is it about? It's about a female professor and a male film star. They get shipwrecked on a deserted island and have to live together. Although the professor hates the film star at first, she falls in love with him in the end. And review. Critics' opinion about the film. What have critics said about it? It's very funny and entertaining. Okay, so it's end of our class for today. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please like my videos if you enjoy it. Thank you very much. But don't forget to write about your favorite film in the comments below. What is it about, and who are the main characters of this film, and why do you like this film? Okay, please don't forget to write about your favorite film in the comments below. Thank you. Bye bye. See you.